Hello all. So in this video we'll be starting with filter design. So before going to actual complex filter designing, we will see some elementary filters, or which are called simple digital filters. Okay, so we will be seeing both FIR as well as IIR. So I am starting first with FIR. So very first example is h of z equals to half of 1 plus z inverse. So if I'll ask which kind of filter it is, I mean whether it is high pass, low pass, band pass, or which kind of. So simply just by putting z equals e power j omega, okay, we get this result, and then substituting omega equals 0 and omega equals pi, okay, as omega equals 0, we get result as 1 plus 1 2, 2 by 2 is 1, and for omega equals pi, okay, we will get this as minus 1, right? So this will be 1 minus 1, that is 0, or you can see over here that z equals e power j omega, right? Okay, and this represents low pass. Okay, z equals e power j omega, right? So for omega equals 0, we get zs1, and for omega equals pi, what we get? Zs e power j pi, and we know that this is nothing but cos pi plus j sin pi, right? And since sin pi is 0, so we are left with cos pi, and cos pi is minus 1. So instead of substituting z equals e power j omega, you can directly check by substituting z as 1 and minus 1. So by substituting z as 1, we get answer as 1, right? So which is nothing but omega equals 0, answer is 1. And for z as minus 1, we get 1 minus 1, which is 0. So our answer is 0, right? So these are the two ways you can check whether it is high pass or low pass or band pass, anything. So we will be seeing all the cases: high pass, low pass, band pass, in case of FIR filter as well as IIR as well, and we will see all pass case as well, right? So now what I am doing is that I am just substituting, I'm taking new page, okay, just I am writing over here that h of e power j omega, right, is nothing but half 1 plus e power minus j omega. So just I am taking e power j omega by 2 as common. Okay, so we will be left with e power, yeah, sorry, I will take e power minus j omega by 2. So we will be left with e power plus j omega by 2 plus e power minus j omega by 2, right? And if you can recall this term, okay, e power plus j omega by 2 and e power minus j omega by 2 divided by 2 can be written as cos omega by 2. So at the end we are left with this frequency response, and if we plot this, let me plot this for you, that if I will plot this in terms of omega, I am just plotting the magnitude, okay, please note that. So over here you can see that clearly that this is the magnitude part, whereas this is the phase, and the phase is minus omega by 2, right? So we will be plotting one by one. So since we know that cosine function start from here and its value is 1 over here, and at pi it will be 0 because cos pi by 2 is 0, right? So at pi, at omega equals pi, we get answer as 0, right? And since we know that our digital frequency is limited to pi only, so I am not extending the curve, okay, further pi, beyond pi, right? Now like I am plotting phase as well, and as we know the phase is minus omega by 2, so it will be the straight line passing through origin, right? And at omega equals pi, the answer is minus pi by 2, right, since phase is minus omega by 2. So this is the simplest digital low pass filter, right? Or you can say it as elementary filter, and this is the graph. Now there is one term called cutoff frequency, right? So cutoff frequency is the frequency at which our magnitude, okay, please, it is the magnitude, please note that I just plot the magnitude. So cutoff frequency is that frequency at which our magnitude, okay, will drop 1 by root 2 times of its final value, that is 1. So since the magnitude is our cos omega by 2, so cutoff frequency is that value of omega at which our magnitude is 1 by root 2, right? So let us denote at omega c, okay, that is omega c by 2 will be pi by 4 because cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So our omega c will be pi by 2. So at omega equals, our cutoff frequency is pi by 2. It means that at pi by 2, okay, that is exactly in the middle of this line, midpoint, our magnitude will drop 1 by root 2 times, okay, and if we take power then we have to square, so 1 by root 2 square is 2, so we can say half power, right? So or we say it in terms of dB as 3 dB, right? So that we will be seeing, okay, when we will design the things, but just I am telling some terms so that you get familiar with them. Now one question is that over here the curve is not that much sharp, right? We want, this is low pass filter, right? It will pass the low frequency components and high frequency components are rejected, clear? But it is not that much sharp. What if I want a sharper curve? Because the ideal curve is like this, low pass filter, right? It will pass low frequency components and it will reject other. So this is the ideal curve, but it is practically not possible to achieve the ideal characteristics, right? This is the magnitude response of an ideal low pass filter, right? Magnitude. But this is the actual low pass filter that we can implement. So here ideality, because abrupt change is always avoided by the nature, right? So this is practically not possible. This can be possible, but this will be less efficient because this is not that much sharp. We want our curve to be sharp so that we can get more efficiency. So what we will do for that, in order to sharpen the curve, since we know that this is the maximum value which can be attained by cos, that is our magnitude function 1. So if we cascade these things, that is if we cascade two low pass filters, then what will happen, we will be multiplying this curve with the same curve, right? Since we are cascading the same two filters, so just we are cascading, and what will happen, as we know that since the square of the any number which is less than 1 will give the number smaller than that because it is less than 1, so we will get answer lesser than this number. So as we cascade, that is in short, if we multiply, then this curve will get reduced, right? So by cascading we can sharpen our curve, right, and thus increase our efficiency. So this is the way, okay. So this is simple designing of low pass filter, okay, which was our example number 1. Now we will be discussing example number 2 in next video, okay, which is our high pass filter, and then we will be considering band pass and then band stop and all pass, and all these things we will be considering for IIR filters as well. So stay tuned. Thank you.